Hello friends, welcome back to my little sanctuary of self-care and sparkle. I'm just settling in to do my makeup for today, so I thought I'd invite you to come along and see how I turn this simple act of getting ready into a moment of magic. I've got my tea, my brushes, a few thoughts about aging, skincare, and beauty magic that I want to share today. So grab your tea, get cozy, light a candle if you'd like, and let's get ready together. Okay, so I get a lot of comments from people who are surprised when they find out how old I am. And they ask me what my secret is, which always makes me smile because there's really no secret. But I do have a few habits that I think really help. So first off, I drink water like it's my job. I aim for 100 ounces a day. Herbal tea and green tea count, but you'll often see me with 1 to 3 beverages at a time, having my water, my tea, a juice. I have a bit of beverage ADD. But I stay hydrated, which is great for my skin. I use a vitamin C serum every day, which brightens my skin. I use a tretinoin a few times a week, which helps with skin regeneration, and I moisturize every single day. All of this is like a ritual. As I'm applying it, I think of it as sealing softness and protection into my skin before I go out into the world and before I lay me down to sleep. And on that note, I try to get as much rest as I can muster. My ability to sleep has been sabotaged since a pretty young age, so I don't have a magic bedtime routine, but I do feel it and see it in my skin when I haven't gotten enough sleep. My glow dims, the under eyes tells me rest is a real beauty ritual, even if it's elusive. This whole process feels like a self-blessing, a quiet act of reverence for the skin that I'm in. So far, I've applied my Ilia Skin Milk on top of my moisturizer and my vitamin C serum and my sunscreen. I sunscreen every day. Even in the winter, when it feels like the sun is not on you as much, for cancer prevention and skin beautification, put your sunscreen on. I applied a little bit of the Dior foundation. I don't wear a lot of makeup for coverage. I like my natural skin to shine through, my freckles to show, my skin to breathe. I think that natural finish is part of what makes my skin look so youthful. If it doesn't feel like you're covering up a lot, then it doesn't feel like a lot has been covered up, if that makes sense. So having as natural of a finish as possible, I think, is really helpful. I do add a little bit of powder under my eye, right here and right here. And I feel like that kind of recesses the under eye a bit without caking, like the way if you were to totally bake your under eye. Just want to cut down on some of the reflection, which will flatten and recede that part of the under eye. And then I do powder places where I might become a little glowy in a way that might come across as perspiration throughout the day. But the rest of my skin I leave unpowdered. I feel like that gives a bit of that inner glow coming through. I am gonna put a little lip mask on to hydrate my lips while I finish my face. It does feel a little vulnerable to come on camera without makeup as part of the get ready with me process. So that was something to think about and to, I think, to bring forward into the video. All that being said, I totally recognize that I have clear skin privilege. I've never had more than 1 or 2 blemishes at a time. I don't have a lot of scarring. I do have scarring in the place where those 2 blemishes always turn up. I know not everyone has that, and for that I would recommend some spot concealing instead of going in heavy with full foundation, to still let as much of your natural skin shine through as you can. There's just no denying that genetics plays a role in this, and so does access to good skincare, good dermatology, and honestly, money. My kids inherited their other parents' acne-prone skin, and when they started using Retin-A, it was like a literal miracle drug. And that just reminds me how much our appearance, our skin, our hair, our teeth, the face that we show to the world, it shapes how we move through the world. And how over time, the relationship that we have with certain parts of our appearance shifts as well. What we worry about in youth softens and sometimes transforms into something else entirely. To me, aging isn't about avoiding wrinkles. It's about being rooted in who you are. There's a kind of magic in that. I got my first forehead wrinkles at like 18 or 19. And they haven't really changed that much, but my feelings about them definitely have. I've tried skincare products, creams, I've tried different hairstyles, but no one has ever pointed out that I have forehead wrinkles. And when I've pointed it out to people, they have seemed surprised that I was bothered by it, saying that, you know, everyone has those. They're just part of our expression. Some people's are just deeper than others. But I thought of it as a sign of aging. And I think it's funny that they haven't changed that much in, you know, the 30 years since I've gotten them. The same with my eyelashes. I've always wished that they were longer. I'll try serums here and there, maybe play with a mascara trick. But at the end of the day, I'm not fixing anything. It's about expression, not correction. A way of showing up as myself in the world, maybe with a little bit more shimmer. And obviously I'm not completely against using any kind of makeup when I talk about aging and what I want to highlight versus what I want to conceal. I don't want to fear aging. There's so much beauty and grace and dignity in watching someone come into themselves over time, to watching me come into myself over time. I love seeing women rocking their silver hair. I can't wait to get more silver hair. Their laugh lines, the stories etched into their skin. That's beauty to me. It's wild though, how we're starting to celebrate that kind of beauty while also being sold endless products claiming to erase the years, as society is sort of waking up and sort of half dreaming at the same time. I think the real glow comes from within. Confidence, curiosity, kindness. Those are the real highlighters. And of course, a little moonlight shiver never hurts. I always feel like I look like my mom when I'm putting on eye makeup because I make the same like faces like this. I will do my mascara offline again because of that face that my mom made. I still make. Does everyone make that? Like your mouth is open, your eyes are wide. So here's the difference a little mascara can make. It's not a lot of difference, but it's enough to make me feel more alive in my expressions. Like my eyes are more defined. I can do a little glamour as I apply the mascara that my eyes are going to be more expressive and that they're going to tell a story in my communications. And that's part of channeling beauty magic into our self-expression and into how we want to present ourselves in the world. Sometimes I won't wear mascara because I do want to be more gentle and muted in my expressions, depending on what the day needs. I always like to end with a final mist of my scents of the day, kind of my energetic signature for the day. A final mist, a last shimmer. This scent is my spell for the day, the energy I'm choosing to carry. Today I'm wearing 312 Saint Honoré by BDK, paired with Kayali's Vanilla 28. The Angelica wards off and negativity and attracts light. It sharpens the intuition, while Iris brings wisdom, faith, and hope. And the Tonka that's in both of them, which makes them great for layering, is for prosperity, love, and protection. A reminder that everything here isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring the ever-changing version of myself. After all, aging is just another transformation. And transformation, that's where the magic lives. Thanks for being here with me today, friends. I'd love to hear your thoughts on aging, on skincare, on beauty. What makes you feel your most radiant? Drop a comment, light a candle by leaving a little candle emoji, and let's keep the magic going. And if any of this resonated with you, please like and subscribe and share with someone who might need a reminder that we're all aging and we're doing it in our own way with our own magic. And self-expression is part of the beauty of that process. Until next time, remember, self-care is resistance, joy is resistance, queer joy, trans joy, Black joy is all resistance. Tend to yourself as if you are sacred, because you are.